Terraria. Great game, arguably better than Minecraft.
Wow.
And as y'all probably already know, this game has many events. So, as an avid terrarist, I thought it would be my job to rank all of Terraria's battle events in a tier list. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, first off, we got the Blood Moon. Probably one of the first events you'll encounter throughout your playthrough, and you can get some pretty good stuff from it. You got some good weapons like the Vampire Frog Staff and the Blood Rainbow. And you also got one of the better pieces of equipment in the game, that being the Shark Tooth Necklace. Later on when you get into hard mode, this event gets an upgrade, getting some new enemies like the Clown. And again, this drops some decent gear like the Banana. I don't personally use it, but I heard it was good. But the real holy grail of this event is when you get into hard mode, you can fight the Dread Nautilus. And if you can get the Sanguine Staff early on, it will literally carry you through Plantera. It's insane. Anyone who's had the Sanguine Staff knows what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna lie though, the fight with Dread Nautilus is pretty hard. So with the combination of the good drops and how early you can actually do this event, this has to go into A tier. A very solid start. Alright, next up, we got the Slime Rain. Not much to really say about this, a pretty basic event, but I have heard through the grapevine that you can make a pretty good biome key farm with this event, and it is pretty good for money in early game. So with that being said, I'll give it a high C tier. Not a bad event, just kind of boring. But like, what more can you really do with a Slime Rain? It serves its purpose well. Alright, for number 3 on this list, we got a pretty important event, that being the Goblin Army. Depending what stage you are on the game, this could be a little challenging, you could die a lot, but you kinda need this event to progress through the game. The drops in pre-hard mode aren't really that great, but after you defeat this event, you get access to the Goblin Twinkerer, and although he be scamming our ass too much, we kinda need him to progress. Like, without that workshop, what are we gonna do? This event gets an upgrade in hard mode, and these new warlock enemies start spawning. They drop some pretty cool weapons like the Shadow Flame Knife or the Shadow Flame Bow, and those tear through the mech bosses. So, since it's pretty essential for a playthrough, and it drops some good weapons, I'm gonna give it A tier with the Blood Moon. It is kind of one of the more boring events, but whatever. Alright, next up, we got a really cool and interesting event, the Old Ones Army. I love me some good old tower defense games. Unlike any other event, there are 3 stages to this one. Each one obviously gets harder than the last. You got the first one with 5 waves. That one's pretty easy. At the end, you fight this wizard boss thing, and he drops some good summoner gear. Next, you got the second stage, which you unlock by beating any mech boss. This one has 7 waves, and at the end, you fight this ogre boss. And for the last stage, you unlock after getting Golem. Again, 7 waves. And this is where stuff gets real. You fight both of the mini bosses from before, and this time you got this big ass dragon Betsy coming at you. I personally never beat this stage legitimately because there's a pretty easy glitch you could do, but I also haven't played this 3rd stage in a while, so I might have to give it a go. It's a difficult and fun event. Like I was saying earlier, you place towers down to help you, or sentries as they call them in Terraria. And the drops from this event are great, especially the ones from Betsy. Plus, the stuff that you can get from the Tavern Keep is allegedly very good. It's a pretty challenging event. It's different from the other ones. What more can I say? S tier. Did anyone else ever watch those videos of the NPCs versus the Old Ones Army? Those were fire. Alright, next up, we got the Torch God event. One of the weirder, kind of more underground events. Literally, if you don't know, the way you activate this is by lighting 101 torches in the underground cavern area, and all you really do is dodge the torches that shoot at you. I don't really know. It's a pretty cool event, kind of boring, not essential for a playthrough, but it's one of those cool things that you could do that just gives Terraria more depth as a game. If you beat it, it gives you Torch God's Favor, which changes your torches based on what biome you're in. And if you don't know what that does, that basically just increases your luck a little bit. But again, it's not too important. You don't really need to do it. It's just something cool to do. So since it's not too important, I'm gonna give it low S tier, below the Slime Rain. Alright, number 6, we got kind of the black sheep of Terraria events, that being the Frost Legion. I'm not gonna lie, I barely even knew this existed. Like, I knew it existed, but I forgot about it until doing this video. It doesn't spawn naturally. You can only summon it with a snow globe, which you can only get from presents, which you can only get in Christmas time events. So it's not really the most widely available, and you can only get snow from it. So unless you're digging up your whole snow biome and you're in need of snow, I don't see any reason to do this. Besides from the cool ass snowmen with Tommy guns, this event is mid as fuck. D tier. Talk about another mid event. Next up, we got the Pirate Invasion. This is really nothing special. For this to spawn, you gotta be in hard mode, and depending what stage in hard mode you're at, this could completely fuck you over. Like, if you're just starting out and this thing randomly spawns on you, it's over. And the reward for this event is not worth it. The only good weapon that drops is the coin gun, but that doesn't even really count because you're probably not going to have the money to use it. You got the pirate staff, which is complete trash. Literally, compared to any other hard mode staff, it is the worst one. Even the spider staff, which you can get immediately after entering hard mode, is better than the pirate staff. You got some more mid weapons that I'm not even going to waste my breath about. And the money you get from this event is really nothing special when you compare it to the other events that give you more money and better drops. The only valid reason for fighting this event is so you can get the pirate captain, and even he is a mid NPC. So this event kind of sucks. I'm gonna give it high D tier.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Alright, number 8, we got a really cool event, the solar eclipse. This can spawn randomly after defeating a mech, or you can spawn it with some solar tablets. This is a really good event because, one, you can get great drops like the Eye of Cthulhu or the Broken Hero Sword, which you need for the Terra Blade, which you're gonna need if you're playing melee. You get Mothron wings, which are really good, and I'm pretty sure bat wings. Also, the money you get from this event, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I made around like 6 or 7 platinum, unironically, in one night. So, with these great drops and these great money, I'm gonna have to put it S tier. Alright, next up, we got the one and only Pumpkin Moon. This event is essential if you're playing Summoner. And let's be real, Summoner is the best class. Wow. You summon it by using the Pumpkin Medallion, and it got some crazy good drops like the Raven Staff, Witch Broom, the Headless Horseman Sword, and of course, the best piece of equipment for the Summoner class, the Necromantic Scroll. This event is very good for money, and it has a wide variation of enemies, including 2 bosses. Morning Wood is cool, and the fight with the Pumpkin is always fun. And don't even get me started on the spooky armor. Oh my gosh, my favorite piece of armor in the whole game. So with that all being said, this is probably my favorite event in all of Terraria. So I'd be stupid not to give it S tier. Also, who doesn't love Halloween theme events?
Halloween is cool.
Next up, we got the opposite of the Pumpkin Moon, the Frost Moon, which, if you couldn't guess, is a Christmas theme event. You spawn it with the Naughty Present, and I don't really do this one too much, but it's still a really good event. There's 3 bosses, and the drops are pretty good. I don't really be playing mage too much, but the Razor Pine is a very good weapon. Yeah. And I'd say it's definitely harder than the Pumpkin Moon, and you know, if you want a good challenge, there's that. I'm not gonna act like this event is mid though. It's a solid, I'll give it a solid A tier. Alright, last 2 events. If you made it this far, you know what I'm about to say. Please subscribe. I don't really be making Terraria content like that. So yeah, we got the Martian Madness. The way this happens is you have a UFO scan you and then dip on out of there. I like this event. I like this event a lot. I don't know about y'all, but I struggled with it heavily. Like, I used to die a lot, specifically from the UFO. Like, I did not understand its attack patterns until like 3 months ago. That death laser was lethal, but the drops from this event are great. You got some summon stuff with the Xeno staff. You got the car keys, which is a mount, and then you got a sword for the Zenith. I forgot what it's called, but overall this is a really good event. But since it is endgame, you don't have too much use of it, and the witch broom's better than the car keys, so I'm gonna give it low A. Alright, last event of this game, we got the Solar Pillars. You get this by killing the lunatic cultists, and then after you do that, there's 4 pillars you gotta take down, which are these things. And you basically just gotta kill the enemies in the pillar area. And I don't know about y'all, but these enemies be fucking me up sometimes. And since they spawn in random locations, you probably don't have an arena for it. And this damn flare snake thing, why is its hitbox in its tail? Who does that? Each pillar drops their fragments according to which pillar you defeat. These are pretty good, but like, what are you going to use it on? Overall though, since you do need it to complete the game, I'll give it B tier, just because we don't got none in B tier. And yeah, I don't know about y'all, but this actually looks like a very good list. You know, it's evenly spaced. I did good. Events are one of the reasons why I love this game so much. Terraria just has so many layers, and these events add on. And these aren't even all the real events, I just did battle events. So yeah, with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And Poppy Bluebird out the mouth.